Hey everyone, we have the return of Jingle Bell this week on Excellent and Supreme banner this Friday and as well in the trial match. You have her once you reach 9,000 points, and generally if you are using Apptoide, it's gonna cost between 70 to 80 euros to obtain her. So we are gonna talk about the banner in detail, but before, let me talk about Apptoide really quickly. Using Apptoide, you are gonna get a ton of cashback on every purchase you are gonna make in game. For example, without my promo code, up to 16% of the money spent are going to be returned as cashback that you are going to be able to reuse to buy other packs for free. If you are using my promo code between March 15th and March 22nd only, you are going to get 5% extra cashback on every purchase. And so if you are planning to buy a big pack in game, for example that one, that normally costs to you 93 euros, you are going to get not 15 euros in cashback, but up to 19 euros using my promo code AhkTaar IM between March 15th and March 22nd. So make sure that if you are spending in game, you are using Aptoide, you are gonna spend less to get more items. Thank you so much to everyone that is using my promo code between March 15th and March 22nd, because it's also a way to support my channel. Thank you so much. So in the banner we have Jingle Bell, we have Elec, Mamuk, Nazil and Freak, all good heroes. Jingle Bell is one of the best hero in the game. In terms of direct damage, she is the best. She outclasses the others by far. But there is only one hero that can do the same amount of damage and maybe is better for the classic arena only, and this is Melchior. We are gonna have a look to that in that video really quickly. So for example, this is my offensive team, and versus Sun Wukong teams, it works really perfectly. You need a lot of other limited heroes in the team though, otherwise you won't be able to beat Sun Wukong teams, but this is the goal of the team. You can open with the red egg if you have a Jingle Bell in your team, because she is now immune to imprison, so she counters Lydia super efficiently. But if you face this kind of team with Donald Rebelli, if your Jingle Bell has less speed than Donald Rebelli in front, then it's not gonna work. You are gonna have the shackle debuff and you won't be able to use your skills with her on the first turn, so you might fail in fact. And this is the difference between her and Melchior. He is directly immune to the silence and he will be able to use his skills on the first turn directly. And so that team won't work. So now I'm gonna show you with Melchior and you are gonna see the difference. There we go, exact same team, but I don't have the shackle debuff on Melchior. And look at the damage of Melchior. He is destroying everything. The difference comes from the echo, because you can equip that one on Melchior and you are gonna have 0% crit rate, but using that skill at level 3 he's gonna have a crit guaranteed, and this is why you have crazy damage using him in PvP in the classic arena in this kind of team. But in other kind of content such as the classic arena or the championship or even the War of Thrones, she is great because she's gonna do a lot of passive damage and she's gonna freeze enemies and deal crazy damage in AoE and single target. She is amazing for that. So for example, I am using that team with Melchior and I'm using her in my tanky team with Lydia, so she's gonna even deal more damage, and this is a great kind of team to use. In Dwarven Ruins versus Growlen and Efreet, she is the best hero to use to deal damage to enemies. Look at the teams. Everybody at the top is using Jingle Bell because this is so fast using her in your team. This is just crazy, because remember that the boss in that dungeon is gonna take more direct damage, 200% more on Growlen and Efreet. In the Faction Abyss, of course, she is amazing. Look at that. You can have the 3 stars in auto using this kind of team with her inside. And she is the key to progress currently in the Endless Cloister. She is the hero of the situation to beat the Efreet boss at the end. And in the Wuthering Coast, with this kind of direct damage team, this is what she can achieve. Almost 4 billion damage, and I am Diamond 2 currently. So Jingle Bell is really amazing. Then you have Elec, and he is great in 2 contents mainly. The first one is the Wizard's Eye faction. This is the team you want to use. He's gonna protect a lot your heroes, apply a shield if you have the exclusive 3. He's gonna apply a consolidation 2, protect one of your hero from taking 3 debuffs every turn, and provide a tenacity buff 60% on your heroes. And so you can use your Elec to beat this kind of content. Especially if you don't have Lydia, with the consolidation too, it's gonna help a lot. You can find Elik in many advanced arena teams or championship teams, fair arena, even the War of Thrones. This is the War of Thrones, and look at that. Elik is great in this kind of team, for example, because he's gonna protect Nita from taking 3 debuffs per turn. So if you have a Donald Rebelli in front, she is gonna be immune to the Shackle debuff. If you have someone to freeze or silence or even hypnotize your hero, such as Ronai, for example, she's gonna be immune to that debuff, and so then she's gonna take the turn and destroy the team in front. He is amazing for that. Of course, you can use him in the Green Mark Tower, he is gonna be an amazing hero. And early and mid-game in Dwarven Ruins, if you don't have better solutions, he's gonna provide many things for your team to survive. And you know what, even in the campaign, he can be great to complete the campaign in Hell mode, because once you have the exclusive one, he's gonna provide the block debuff on your heroes, and so it's a good solution to use him. You are gonna have a lot of protection and you won't take debuffs for one turn. And then you are gonna have Mamuk, and he is also an amazing hero to have. For the Eternal Sect, for example, I was able to get 3 stars using that team. He is amazing. He's gonna proc a shield passively on your heroes when they fall down below a certain amount of HP, such as Wim does, for example. He is gonna protect a lot your heroes as well, thanks to his taunt and Immortal that he's gonna have permanently during the fight. This is just crazy. He can lower the attack of the enemy by 40%, increase the speed of your heroes by an extra 40% as well, and this is just an amazing hero who can as well heal your heroes. Great hero for that content. For the Green Mark Tower as well. And the Elemental City, he becomes really interesting because he can protect your heroes by a lot, and I love that hero. He's gonna get the aggro of everyone in front, as he can do as well in the Broken Land. He is an amazing hero in that content too. You have a team using Asindo and him in this kind of content, and using that combo you are gonna silence all enemies in front, and they are gonna be forced to target your Mamuk with the basic attack, and this is a great team to use in the Broken Land. He was strong in PvP as well, but today nobody is using him anymore because you have better solutions as well, but he can protect a lot your heroes and remove all non-attribute buffs from enemies using his ultimate. So that's a cool hero for that content too. And then you have Nazil. He can be great in every PvP content to freeze enemies, and in the Broken Land as well to control enemies. That can be great to use him in a team, and this is what I am doing to try to push faster that content. And outside of PvP, he is gonna be useless in most content. And finally, Freak is a good hero to use in the Nameless Brotherhood faction. I guess that many players used him to complete that content. Yes, he is there and there as well, and you have him in other teams as well. Because he can apply a taunt on himself, a block debuff, he can lower the attack and the crit damage of enemies by a lot, provoke them, and he will take less damage. So that's a great hero to use in the Faction Abyss. But Timmy is better in my opinion if you have Timmy. You can use him as well in the Dwarven Ruins if you don't have better supports. In PvP, just forget using him, he is useless. And then for the epic heroes, you have Olvik, Muradin, Malak and Rudolph, and only Rudolph is interesting in that banner, in fact. The others, they are completely useless. If you have a look to the passive, when one of your allies is gonna be killed by someone, he is gonna cast a skill to freeze multiple enemies at once, and the freeze can't be cleansed. In the War of Thrones, you have that specific buff that can help you a lot. At the beginning of the wave, the hero with the less amount of speed is gonna die directly, but you're gonna have more damage on the others. If one of your heroes die in your team, remember what I said with Rudolph, he is gonna land an attack on enemies to freeze them, and a freeze can't be cleansed. It can give you a huge advantage in that content. So I think that in the future I might try to build him to try him in that content. And I know that many players are using him in the fair arena because it can give you a big advantage. So that was all for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna make another video summoning that echo because I changed my mind. I think I'm gonna try to get it. And if I can, I'm gonna make another video because today Nita is great with that echo to beat Sun Wukong teams, and I want to try that by my own. So I'm gonna try my luck on another video. I have only one guarantee, so I'm not even sure to get it, but if I can, this is gonna be great for my account. Have a nice day. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.